Today, we are looking at one game. One game, and that game is a video game adaptation of the manga Kingdom by Yasuhisa Hara. Kingdom runs in the weekly Young Jump and is probably one of the most popular mangas currently running in Japan, currently in serialization. So, to think that it only has one video game is a bit strange, don't you think? That video game was developed by Shade and published by Konami. As Konami always did back then, they tried to get their grubby mitts into any kind of anime manga franchise and make a video game of it. That's just how it is. Remember some of the iShield 21 games? That's Konami. Get Backers? That's Konami. Even Negima? That's Konami, which I'm going to get to at a later time. Now, let's have a little talk about Kingdom first and my experience with it. So Kingdom is a manga that's based during the Warring States period in China. You got Ling, Ji, and Piao, two brother-like youngsters who dream of becoming great generals. Despite their low status as orphan slaves, one day they encounter a man of nobility who gives Piao an opportunity to undertake an important duty within the state of Qin's royal palace. Parting ways, Xin and Piao promise each other to one day become the greatest generals in the world. However, after a fierce coup d'etat, I don't know how to pronounce that, occurs in the palace, Xin meets with a dying Piao, whose last words spur him into action and lead him into account of the young and soon-to-be king of Qin, Ying Zheng. Well, again, I don't know how to pronounce a lot of these Chinese names. So basically, the main character was a slave, and he wants to become a great general. He has like some inspiration as well from other generals and whatnot. It's okay. I first became familiar with the series after watching the first two anime seasons. I watched the first anime season and I really liked it. I watched the second anime season and really liked that. And that's what got me into reading the manga. Now, the manga is a different kettle of fish. The manga is like, it's really a lot of reading. It's an unbelievable amount of reading. And it really put me off eventually. I did enjoy the manga for the time I read it, but eventually it just became way too much for me. And I had to drop it. You know, and I was just like, oh, I hope it gets another anime adaptation because I can probably stomach that. And that's obviously what's happening now. Currently, Season 3 is airing at the time of me making this video. So, I thought, what a perfect time to talk about the Kingdom video game. So, now that we got that out the way, a little bit familiar with the Kingdom series, let's move on to the video game, right? It's, is it going to be anything good? Well, like anything published by Konami, it's probably rife with absolute trash. So the first thing I've got to say about this Kingdom video game is that the intro is pretty good. I like the intro. I like the kind of style that the intro goes with. It's really cool. You see some familiar faces from what I've seen from the anime. Again, names elude me. I know Shin, the main character. That's about it. But just look at him jumping about, beating up these cannon fodder enemies is really, really cool. So it's got a really cool intro. Look at that. Boom. How many people just got absolutely destroyed there? And then you got the general, the ghost general or whatever his name was. So yeah, so the intro's really cool. That's the first thing I got to say. But then you start actually getting into the menus, and then you're cycling through, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll pick this mission, right? I'll go in there, and okay, I'm playing as the guy that smiles a lot, right? The guy that kind of looks a bit European that smiles a lot. I can't remember his name again. He seems to be the choice character for whoever the save file belongs to. But then you see this menu, and you go, this looks awkwardly familiar. That map layout. That looks really familiar. And then you realize it's just Dynasty Warriors. Yeah. Here we are. Welcome to Kingdom for the PSP, where you play as a character with a bunch of allies surrounded around you to give you help, even though really you don't need it. As you go around a very, very basic kind of empty map, and I'm not even joking, look how empty this looks, until you find some enemies, and then you beat the absolute living hell out of them. And just like in Dynasty Warriors, one of these enemies is like the general, the one with the kanji above his head. Beat him, and you've subjugated an area. Whoop-de-doo, here's a power-up for you. It's Dynasty Warriors. It's a budget Dynasty Warriors. it's just ridiculous. I'm trying to think, right? I'm trying to think, what else can I say about this game? What else can I say? And I'd have nothing, right? Nothing. Look, you got this little point here. If you go up here, and see, I just passed it. That thing, if you click on it, you jump down to a lower level. So that's pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure Dynasty Warriors did that at some point. It is basically a real cheaply made budget Dynasty Warriors game. And that is what it is. And I played a couple of missions. That is it. That's all this is. That's all this game is, right? There's nothing more to say on it besides that. Does it play well? Well, if you just keep pressing the circle button over and over again, yeah, it plays absolutely fine. Why wouldn't it, right? You know, if you press the circle button. I don't know if there's a special attack. I pressed every single button on, on the controller, and nope, nothing seemed to work in terms of any kind of specials or anything. But maybe I'll experiment, because no one has done a specials video for this game, so maybe I'll experiment and see if I can pull off some specials, and then maybe I'll do a video for them, maybe. But yeah, here we are playing as Shin, which surprisingly was level 1. There's literally no effort was put into leveling up Shin from whoever owned this save file. But it didn't really matter anyway. I picked a mission that was just medium kind of difficulty, and I didn't really have any issues. Just crawl along the map. If you see a red dot on the map, head towards it, because most likely there's someone you need to subjugate, like that guy with the kanji above his head there. Kill him, and look, we're taking down the banner, and that area's been subjugated. Great. Yeah, and that's just the game. Just look at this. Like, I'm just pressing the circle button, and then sometimes he'll pull off like different combos. Just sometimes. Just like, I think it has to do with the directional buttons I'm pressing, but still, it's just funny. Here you go. Here's an actual proper main character I'm supposed to fight. Oh no, look, I took him down like he was nothing. What a surprise. Oh dear. I have nothing more to say on this game, really. I know you may go, but you've stretched out this video to over 7 minutes long, because I feel like you want to see enough footage of this game, and for me to give a proper analysis of what this game is like, so you have an understanding. Because if I just opened the video, explain what Kingdom is, and then had like literally 30 seconds of me going, oh, it's a budget Dynasty Warriors. Oh, it's a budget Dynasty Warriors. What do you think? End of video. So, yeah. So there you go. That's Kingdom for the PSP. I'm going to put my 2 cents out here and go, why doesn't Omega Force and Temco Koei pick this license up? They seem to enjoy making the Pirate Warriors games. We had a more recent one. And those games are generally more successful than Dynasty Warriors is at the moment, because Dynasty Warriors 9 was received extremely poorly. So why don't they pick up this series? You're already working with familiar material. You're just adapting the story of Kingdom instead. I don't understand it. Just follow the manga. Don't worry about the anime. Just follow the manga. Just do what like Berserk did. Just follow the manga. Don't worry about the anime. Who cares at this point, right? I just don't get it. This would be the perfect series for Temco Koei and Omega Force to adapt into a video game, and yet they don't. So, yeah, there's that, I guess. Maybe they will in the future. Who knows? Anyway, I've been Bio. I hope you've enjoyed this little insight or little look into the Kingdom video game, which I don't really see anyone talking about. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.